What's going on, man?
Hey, Vlad, what are you doing?
I'm just here, man. I'm glad to be talking to you, man. It's been a while since our last
Yeah,
conversation.
same here, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all's well down there. You know what I'm saying? Over here, dog chasing his tail. Same shit. Nothing new. Nothing new.
Well, listen, I wanna talk because next week is a big week for you. We have season two premiering of Gregg Valentino show, Story Time.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I wanted to do more. I could do 100 more stories. But I think I was wearing your crew out that night because as it is, I'm hyper. You know what I mean? And they're like, holy shit,
Yeah, man. But listen, very exciting time. How you been, by the way? Everything okay?
Good, you're good. I'm doing really good because I keep watching that Tiffany Urea diaries over there that you guys got.
You like that one?
Dude, I don't like that. I love that. Dude, that's got me written all over it. Let me just tell you, I love that. That girl's hot. She's hot. I'm telling you, she kind of reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, but woo, Boricua.
So you've been following the election or what? The campaign?
Yeah, I'm, just like everybody else. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm following it big time.
So what do you think about? I mean, obviously, you're the guy that doesn't hold back. You always say it how it is, man. Do you think the election, the whole campaign's been kind of overboard a little bit on people, or do you like that type of energy?
Love the energy. I think it's great for the United States. The only thing is, see, personally, I feel like Obama sold to everybody a bill of goods. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and nothing's been done. 8 years of the same shit. So obviously, I'm a Trump guy. Trump is arrogant. I know the whole deal. I get it. I think there's more hatred for Trump than there is love for Hillary. I think a lot of people say, shit, I don't know who to pick out of this because one is worse than the other. But I don't look at it like that. I think that Trump stands for change. I think we need some change. He's a businessman, not a politician. Maybe it's good to have a businessman in the White House treat this company like a corporation. World leaders do not respect Obama. They certainly don't respect Clinton. Clinton had Whitewater and all these other scandals in there. You know what I'm saying? She talks about, the military. Meanwhile, when the military needed her just in Benghazi, she did nothing. I just look at her as just more of the same, and it's just time for change. I don't believe all that racism stuff. She's the person who called young black males, super predators. Let's keep.
No,
Remember what
I
she
hear
also.
you. I don't want to get
So
I don't want to get too political, but I mean what I'm trying to ask you, I guess, is that do you feel like there's a responsibility from somebody like Trump, and somebody like yourself, for instance, when you let's say talk about somebody,
right.
because I know in your story sometimes you mention names, have you ever talked about somebody and then later on they have to approach you to be like, why did you say that, or do you ever hold yourself responsible for some things you say and then have to address it
Yes,
later?
and you'll like. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? Because there's somebody from our industry. I once told a story in the magazines about when Dorian Yates got punched in the face and knocked out by that UFC fighter overseas. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Do you remember that story, or
No, what was the
or
story?
you don't know that? What's
Who,
that?
who knocked him out?
It was a UFC fighter, an MMA fighter, from my God, it was like a foreign guy. He was like a. I don't remember where he was from. It was a European guy.
He knocked out Dorian Yates.
Yes, they were actually backstage at one of those European shows. He was with another bodybuilder, and he supposedly he sucker punched Yates. Now you can go online and Google this, because it's going about 10 years ago or more. It might have been 12 years ago.
And you witnessed it.
No, I didn't witness it, but I wrote all about it. I had heard about it on the internet. I have friends that were there, told me all this stuff, right? And then Dorian got really mad. And he said to me, dude, you should have checked your facts, because he swore, this Dorian says, he swore that he was sucker punched by the guy. It was a backstage thing, one of those pro shows that they have I don't know, in the Netherlands or one of them things. And he was backstage, to help out. And this big MMA guy came up to him and said a few words to him and supposedly cracked him and knocked him out. Now, I know he did get knocked out. It's just that Dorian said he said that the guy did it because it was when Dorian was running a show. That's what it was. Dorian was part of helping promote some show, and the year before, his co-promoter swore that Dorian fucked him over with money and didn't, like there was a rift between the two promoters. So this year, this promoter brought this goon with him. And it was an MMA, one of these European MMA fighters, and he approached Dorian backstage, and according to Dorian, he just, blatantly punched him in the face and knocked him out. He didn't give Dorian a chance. It came out of nowhere. Now, you can Google that story. It's a long time ago. So I was working for MD remember, I worked for MD almost 15 years. So I had only been working there maybe about 3 years or so when that happened.
So Dorian called you, or what?
No, yeah, he told me. He said, listen, he goes, next time you write the story, because I made it look like Dorian Yates opened his mouth and got smart-ass with the guy, and the guy knocked him out. You know what I mean? But according to what, Dorian says, he says that this ex-partner from this show, one of those European shows that they partnered up on, had this goon come up to him and just basically walk up to him, and he didn't expect it, and the guy punched him and knocked him out, didn't even give him a chance. You know what I mean? That's what he said.
When he approached you and he said you were wrong, did you settle the situation with him, or what did you tell him?
I said, you're right. I should have got your side of the story. See, a good journalist, but I'm not a good journalist. I'm first of all, I just write. Dude, I write nonsense. But anyway, a good journalist would have went and said, oh, let me get his side to the story. Let me see what really happened. I just took at blind faith what was told to me about, the fight. And I thought, like, they had an argument, and, I was told that, like, fuck yous were exchanged and this and that, and they got in each other's face, and then they started to fight, and the guy knocked him out. According to Dorian, he said, listen, I didn't even know what was going on. The guy just, like, basically tapped him on the shoulder and punched him, and that was it. And I never followed up, and I never got his side to the story. So he actually wrote to me. He was really upset, and then we talked about it in person. And he said, yo, you should get your facts straight. You should have got a hold of me and asked me. Right. So, but, so I have been in that position where I've had to, like, kind of apologize and eat crow. And obviously, if I was ever running for president, the shit I got in my closet, forget about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know. But, all right, so I want to ask you about something. We keep getting calls here, and we keep getting a lot of emails. Everybody is obsessed. They want you to tell some kind of McDonald's story. I think in one of the episodes you mentioned you had a McDonald's story, so they all keep asking, what is the McDonald's story? So what is the actual McDonald's story?
I'm not even 100% sure what the McDonald's... I have it. I think I know what they're talking about. I think. I told a long time ago, I think I talked about this in MD, so I never talked about it online. But when I was younger, I used to, I worked a job. I worked in a strip club called the Lake Lounge up here, and it was in Mayapack, New York. And it was a strip club. So I was 18 years old, going to a strip club, working at a strip club at night, and collecting money at the door. It was $1 cover. That's how lame that was. But, you took in 1978 and everything. And then going to school during the day. So I went at high school. I was like a legend. If you took the guys who went to high school with me, they'll tell you. But I went to high school during the day, and at night I worked at a strip club. And I brought one of those strippers to my senior prom. And I remember the first time we were together, I in a hotel, I remember I was kind of hungry, and I kept thinking about McDonald's when I was trying to fuck her, and I could not get like a hard on it. She was like pulling on it and yanking on it. And I'm an 18-year-old boy, and this girl's, topless dancer back then. That's what they called them, topless dancer. Now they're strippers, go-go dancers, stripper. Now they're strippers. But anyway, and, I could not get this. I could not get a hard on for nothing. I mean, and she's like, why are you not relaxed? I said, I don't know. I keep getting McDonald's is running through my head. And she's like, McDonald's. So the next time we fooled around, I said, I'm not going to think about McDonald's. I'm not going to think about McDonald's. I'm not going to think about McDonald's. No way. I'm not thinking about McDonald's. And obviously that means you're thinking about McDonald's. But I didn't have any cravings for McDonald's, but I could not stop thinking about it, like trying not to think about it, and I couldn't get it up again. You know what I mean? So I had for the first 2 times I had sex with her. I had trouble. I couldn't really function right because I couldn't stop thinking about like McDonald's. I know that's. I don't know if that's what they're talking about,
Maybe.
but maybe that's it. I know that's kind of a fucked up story. You're 18-year-old boy, and nothing about my life is normal. If you got guys that went to high school with me, they'll tell you, dude, he's fucking, even in high school. I mean, who the fuck works in a strip club, you know, and then goes to high school during the day and takes one of those girls to my senior prom.
Only you, man. Only you. So Greg, all right. So October 19th, the premiere episode of season 2, Storytime. Now, how is it going to be different from the first season? What can people expect from it, and what's gonna happen, man?
Well, I think I told 1 or 2 really serious stories because you got to throw a little bit of that in there. But I told first of all, I think our production is going to be a lot better. Obviously, you know that. We produce better, but it's just more of the same good old fucking Valentino nuttiness. You know what I mean? The stories are going to be. I think they're going to be crazy. Everybody. What happens is, I forget about a lot of things until I sit with my friends. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Coker, Carlin Coker, he's in our industry. I grew up with him, and he'll tell me, dude, remember the time? And I'm going, oh, fuck, I totally forgot about that. So those are like kind of shit that happens to me. So I'm ready for season 3. Like I got a whole bunch of shit that I forget about. But this one is a little, there's some, it's Valentino being Valentino. There's a lot of, this potty mouth stuff and, shit like that, so if it's not your thing, then go watch some guy training and get bored with that shit. But if you want a little entertainment, you're sick of seeing, like, look, here's some guy in the gym doing biceps, that's great, but I'm going to give you shit that nobody else is going to give you. So that's that. We're going to come from that direction. So if you like the first season, you're going to love the second season. That's what I got to say.
I'm standing there and my pants are down by my ankles. And the next thing I know, dinner! And you can actually almost like smell the burning skin. I'm laughing, because he's in there shitting on them fucking magazines. Just shit on the goddamn magazines! I'm selling those goddamn things! You 2 guinea bastards! That's what you get for ruining my night! And you can see a little sizzling coming from his ass, like actual smoke.